just to go back in terms of people that influenced you from a young age as a swimmer as well. I mean, I know that you're a very proud Brazilian. Most Brazilians I meet are very proud, but you have had very strong influences from Fernando Scherer and Gustavo Borges,
Oh yeah,
from a young age, right?
Fernando's the number one for me, man. I think that combo of, like, let's say back in the early 2000s and late 90s, guys like Fernando Scherer, Gary Hall Jr., and of course yourself, Brett Hawk, and all these badass sprinters from back that time. I remember watching, like, especially you and Fernando when you were behind the blocks wearing those Swedish goggles with a fully shaved head.
Hmm.
I was like, man, that's badass. I want to be like that, you know. I want to do exactly what those guys are doing, because they're not like those lame, boring swimmers, you know, those nice guys and all. And also, I mean, Gary Hall Jr. Can you imagine that? It was all, every time someone asked me who's the GOAT, you know, who's the sprint GOAT, Gary Hall or Alex Popov, you know. And I
Yeah.
was like, what, are you crazy? Gary Hall, Gary Hall Jr. Of course. I mean, the guy walks out in a boxing robe, celebrating right before the race, and he goes out there and wins the race. Can you imagine? I mean, going through the same thing he went at some point, like walking out to Olympic final and having, I don't know if I'm able to say that here, but like having the nuts, having the
Hmm.
courage of
Hmm.
doing it, you
Yeah.
know? It's just like, man, it's such a fine line between, if you win, you're the hero. But if you lose, even if you play second, people are gonna laugh at you and you're gonna be the clown, you know? So if you do that kind of stuff and you go out to race an Olympic final, you gotta be that sure you're gonna win, you know?